chatterballs chatterballing.
He seems like he's promoting it with this Pocahontas nonsense. It seems like he can't get off of you. Is he afraid of you?
If somebody came out and talked about white people the way he talks about these other groups, that person would be highly criticized, and rightfully so.
That remark met with stunned silence from everyone in the room, because everyone in that room knew it was a racist slur.
Someone should buy stock in fainting couches. So Trump called Liz Warren Pocahontas in a meeting with heroic code talkers. Bad timing, true, but racist, no. For a slur, it must be derogatory to the actual group. Here it was derogatory to a person, Warren, masquerading as part of that group. Trump calling her Pocahontas was in effect saying, I'm here with Native Americans, I know Native Americans, and you, Liz, are no Native American. An old Lloyd Benson favorite. Here's an analogy. Let's say you're Joe Scarborough, and I'm sorry. And you lamely try to play guitar, and then you see him and you say, hey, nice tune, Hendrix. That's not a slur against Jimi Hendrix. It's a jab at Joe, who's making a mockery of Hendrix's art. It's like when Chris Cuomo says something really, really stupidly obvious, and Wolf Blitzer looks at him and says, no, Sherlock. Anyway, the experts on all things racist can't see that Liz Warren piggybacks on real Native Americans. But the reflex to shout racist exposes the irrational, emotionally charged bubble these people live in, which then Trump loves trolling. See the fake news trophy, which he says should be given out to the network that lies the most about our most favorite president, which is him, Trump says. And that little joke turned the media into molten jelly.
President Trump stepping up his attacks on the free press. For
the president to tweet what amounts to an assault on journalists who actually risked their lives to report the facts, it's stunning.
Assault. That's an assault. Is that news or a Real Housewives marathon? And when they aren't shrieking, they aren't showing up. Here's Chancey, i.e. Chuck and Nancy, failing to meet with Trump over the tax bill, giving Trump this awesome photo op. Where the hell is Chancey? Maybe they had other plans. Ironing Conyers' pants. Hiding from Al Franken's tongue. Locked in Matt Lauer's office. All right, finally. Last but not least, the other no-show, CNN. Boycotting the White House Christmas party. They said, quote, in light of the president's continued attacks on freedom of the press and CNN, we do not feel it is appropriate to celebrate with him. How nice of them. It's like Scrooge pocketing the coal and giving away gold. Thank you, CNN. It's a gift everyone wanted. Now, of course, they did send reporters, which is good. You never know what happens at a Christmas party. Last year, remember Lou Dobbs and the ice sculpture? The emergency room still talks about it. Now, being at Fox News, we love to poke Yuletide fun at CNN. They're the Tiny Tim of news, cute and pious. And have you noticed they must be shown in every airport or Democrats complain? I wish I could do that with Say Yes to the Dress. But I get CNN. Why attend a party hosted by a guy who constantly insults you? Even if it's in Bill Hemmer's hot tub, it's not worth it. Sorry, Bill. But there are two reasons why CNN should have showed up. First, he is the president, so you should go. Even when Obama complained about FNC, we went. Even Kilmeade came, and everyone hates him. Second, not going suggests a failure to comprehend Trump even after a year of his nonstop trash talk. At this point, if you still take that seriously, you're like Gramps using a rotary phone. Get with the times, CNN. And really, be grateful you're even invited. I wasn't invited to the Christmas party. Everyone else at the 5 and Fox News was. I would have gone, even to play an elf. Let's welcome tonight's glorious guest. We'll grab your pepper spray and body armor, because this guy's a riot. Actor, writer, and comedian Jamie Lissow. She is so bright, you can see her from space. The Federalist staff writer, Bree Payton. She's as brassy as I am gassy, and that's a lot. National Review reporter, Catherine Tim. And finally, he can inflate a blimp in 3 breaths. Former bodyguard, my massive sidekick, Tyrus. All right. Jamie, good to see you. What do you make of this? What do you make of Trump's overall... how about the Christmas party? Let's start with the Christmas party.
Yeah, and the one thing about Trump, though, that I did just realize, he said, like, I'm your favorite president. Like, he picked a thing where there's only one of it. You know what I mean? Like, that would be like me going, I'm the best comedian in Alaska, because that's where I live. I live in Alaska.
Yes.
We were like, yeah, we know, because you're the only one here.
right.
But the Christmas party, I'm starting to think, like, if anyone has ever gone to a Christmas party, they're awful. Mm-hmm. And maybe no one wants to go to a Christmas party, and they're just looking to, like, because this happened, I'm boycotting my Christmas party. I'm not going.
Really?
Maybe everyone's just looking for an excuse not to go. I feel like it's going to be, at some point, just Trump all alone with a cake, telling everyone it was packed.
Yes, but you know what, Bree? Who cares, right? I mean, if they don't want to come, like I wasn't invited, and I would have gone. Meanwhile, my peers are there, Bree. I don't think that's fair.
Yeah, I think you're right. And also, I think, the media, every time Donald Trump says something slightly negative about them, they take it and run with it for 2 days, right? I mean, CNN hyped the fact that they weren't going to show up at this Christmas party for like a day and a half and milk that as a news cycle. And I mean, this is really why America hates us, right? Like, they hate us for good reason, because when we don't go to Christmas parties, we make a big stink out of it.
Yes,
that's not what people in Wisconsin do.
You know, Kat, whenever I'm looking at Trump about to say something, like with the Pocahontas thing, you can see in his brain that he's about to jump off a cliff.
Yeah.
You notice that? He's like this. He's like, is this the time where I talk about her? It's Native Americans.
Yeah.
And then he jumps off a cliff. Isn't that what a comedian does? That you are always thinking about jumping off a cliff. Like, everything you say is a risk.
Right, but the interesting thing is he's not a comedian, he's a president, and now a lot of comedians think that they're politicians, and the president is a comedian, and that's just where we live now.
That is so true.
But, again, kind of the wrong time for it. Again, it can't be offensive because she's not actually Native American and has taken resources from people who actually are Native American. So I don't know how she gets on TV and is that upset and people actually book her for that.
Yeah, I know.
I certainly don't understand that. But it would make more sense if the president drank a little bit.
Yeah.
It would just make more sense.
I know he's against alcohol.
Yeah.
I know it is, and people say, he's had a family, but this is where all the energy comes from, Tyrus. Like, I don't have a lot of energy at night.
You don't? You
drunk.
never stop talking.
I know. That's about it, though.
Yeah.
I don't do much else, Tyrus.
Don't want to know.
Except stare at your photo.
Okay. There's a question coming?
No.
This is why I don't go to the Christmas parties.
Yeah.
Stuck at a table with him, so.
I love Christmas parties, okay?
Yeah.
You weren't invited either.
No, I wasn't, but I would have gone, even if everyone hated me, because those are the best parties. You just sit in the corner with your cocktail glaring at everyone and play the victim. It's amazing.
Who lives like that?
Me!
I'm not going.
No, you know what the worst thing is, Tyrus? People who say they're invited and then say, I'm not going, right?
I never said I was invited. I'm not going.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about other people that I know.
I was going to go, but I had a thing. Yeah, what thing would you have that was more important than the president's Christmas party?
Do you think that this is an interesting reversal of a polarized relationship where the media always targeted a public figure? This is the first time that a public figure targets the media, and we don't know how to deal with it?
Well, I'll tell you how I deal with it. Literally, I'm just like, I mean, here's the thing, this week for Trump, I think has been it's been so hard because I'm excited about the tax. I think we're going to get the tax going through. I'm excited about that. It looks good. But there's been so many distractions that are just not needed. And I think when you talked about that pause, that's not him. That's his conscience going, please, no, don't. and then he says it,
Yeah.
and even the thing with the retweets, he didn't bother to.
That was the problem.
He didn't bother to look at who was sending the stuff. You know what I'm saying? He's focused on all the wrong things. And here's the thing about the stuff he put out there, whether it was Pocahontas or the Muslim attacks from the neo-Nazi group in England. The problem is it's going to hurt our agenda, because when the travel ban comes back, and I believe it comes back in like 3 weeks, I got another part of it, they're going to use that to hurt our security. They're going to say, well, it's about keeping Muslims out, and then a judge is going to say, oh, well, we can't use it. And that's the problem. Some of the stuff is entertaining, but it hurts our agenda in the long run.
Yeah, not all of his tweets are perfect.
No, and he's not. But that's why he was elected. He's not a perfect politician, and we don't want him to be. But sometimes, just,
That's where, Jamie, any thoughts?
Actually, you really got me thinking now about the look Trump gave. Like, it's really, really funny. You're right. Like, there was that like, he literally looks like, like when you give your dog a part of your steak?
Yes.
And he's like...
That's what it is.
And
it's like, that is also the face that you see before people get suspended for a week from a TV show. In my brain, this joke, it could be really funny, and then I say it, and then you get the call, and then you're home for a paid vacation. It's true. Prince Harry is set to marry. Let's toast with some sherry. The royal wedding we'd like to see. That's next. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle turn the world on with their sparkle. The two announced their engagement this week, a true Cinderella story. He's a royal prince, she's an American actress, and I'm a swarthy talk show host on the outside looking in. Surely he swept her off her feet with some grand romantic gesture.
Just a standard, typical night for us.
It's a cozy night. What were we doing? Just roasting chicken and having...
Trying to roast chicken.
Trying to roast a chicken.
Roasting a chicken. What could that mean? What kind of code? What kind of sick things are these two people into? So the wedding is slated for May. I won't be invited to that either. As a rule, I don't care about royals or their weddings, but Meghan's one of us, an American, and she's marrying into, let's be honest, the monarchy of which our founding fathers fought and died to be independent. So this is a wedding I'm looking forward to. I can already imagine the promo.
Are you ready to get kicked in the family jewels by the next generation of antiquated government? Watch two great nations bury the hatchet from the War of 1812. 206 years later, it's the Wedding Royale Extravaganza. Live from an old red phone booth. Witness the mover, the shaker, the Nazi costume maker, Prince Harry, as he ties the knot with American actress and aspiring chimney sweep Meghan Markle. This wedding will get you more Union jacked up than William Wallace at Falkirk. So bring your tea and crumpets, mate. One lucky viewer will win David Beckham's foot. Still in a shoe. It's the Wedding Royale Extravaganza. Pip, pip, cheerio, mother...
That is how America does a royal wedding. All right, Bree, you are a woman. Women have strong feelings about royalty, and I don't know why. Please explain your feelings.
Yeah, my feelings are that I'm glad that we're free from them, right? Mm-hmm. And also, I'm wondering, do you think she has to renounce her U.S. citizenship in order to become a royal? Because that would be a deal breaker for me.
Yeah, it's true.
I'd be like, can't do it. Got to retain the passport. Got to have the U.S. passport. But speaking of women, a lot of feminists were mad at Meghan Markle because they're upset that she's quitting her job to become a princess.
I know.
Which is funny. There's a lot of things going on there. But, I mean, she's liberal, right? So you would think, like, if I was a liberal, I'd be so happy that now the newest generation of royals is going to have this liberal person who loves Hillary Clinton and wrote fan letters to her.
Yeah.
So the logic there doesn't really make sense.
It doesn't. You know, Kat, I'm thinking about her ex-husband. He must hate this because I bet he was sarcastically calling her princess during the divorce.
I hate this, Greg.
Why? Tell me.
I'm offended because a lot of good men fought and died in the 1770s for my right to not have to care about an English wedding.
Yeah, it's true.
Thank you. There's attendees of the Boston Tea Party who are very upset at you for bringing this up. I don't like weddings. Okay.
Yeah,
I don't
I know.
like wedding stories. I'm so alone. This morning, I literally woke up next to a book of Sylvia Plath poetry with my cat asleep on top of it.
Oh my God.
That's too much. That's like a die alone starter pack. Now you're asking about an English wedding? Come on, give me a break.
Oh my God.
USA, USA.
Yes.
Thank you.
I hope you have an electric oven.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, Tyrus. I need your perspective on this. Is it weird that, like, the concept of royalty seems that it's weird in the Middle East, but we find it adorable here. Do you understand? It's weird in the Middle East when you see the guys in the long robes, but we love it in England. The long robes. I am so culturally inept.
Oh man, if I could just
That was your question, by the way.
You know what? He could have asked me the square root of 360. I saw the same answer. I don't care.
Come on, but you gotta have it.
Here's my opinion. I don't care.
No.
I give. Oh man, what's my little? I give a rat's ass about what.
See, that's what I do. I made mine principled.
Nepotism, born into some money guy does as far as getting married in England. I just don't care. I got too much stuff going on around me to care about what. I mean, their tree line, their family line goes like that. I mean, I just don't care.
All right, I get it. You don't care.
One person I know texts me like, bro, guess what?
Yeah, I know.
The Prince. I know, dog. I know.
It's the Super Bowl for some people. I would call the other gender, Jamie. But I think you're excited about it as a male, about the ring, and that was exciting.
Yeah, and I've been married for a long time, and it's been 14 years as of this past.
Congrats!
And I'll be honest with you guys, I don't even remember the last time we roasted chicken. We have similarities, though, me and the Prince. The ring he got, if you guys saw, it's beautiful. It's really big. Those are dissimilar to ours. But where the similarities begin is the diamond he got it from a place that he spent a lot of time in his child. I think it was Botswana?
Yeah, Botswana.
Botswana. And could you edit out where I said it really wrong and look stupid?
Yes.
He got it from Botswana, a place that he had spent a lot of time in his childhood. And I actually did the same thing with my wife, for real. No joke. I bought her a diamond from a place I spent a lot of time in my childhood. It's called Pawn Shop. And they also said, remember they used to tell you, like, use 2 months salary for your. I just picked 2 months when I was not working, and so it's a smaller ring. But I'm excited for them. Good for they look good.
I just think I keep going back. You gotta hate it when an ex improves on you. You know what I mean? It's like it's in an odd way because she's marrying Prince, and he's got to be jealous of her. It's a weird thing. It's like he's kind of like, I could have married a prince.
Whoa, Greg, let's not be so quick. Sometimes when they leave, you're so excited and you're just thinking to yourself, you poor bastard. Enjoy, bruh. I give it 6 months. You know,
I think you're right,
sometimes divorce, the dude's like, bye.
Yeah, you know what?
Like, bye.
The other part of the story is she's leaving one of her dogs behind because I think he's too sick to travel. Is that the case? But how can a dog, I mean, you're in the air. You're not swimming across the Atlantic. Like a dog, they can rent a private jet.
What kind of a person leaves their dog like, bye, sorry, I got to go, get married?
One day my prince will come and you're dead.
The sad thing is the dog will be waiting for it.
My prince comes, you're going to the little woods in the sky. All right, up next, a story about Victoria's Secret. Yes, a story about Victoria's Secret, which allows us to run tape of Victoria's Secret.
Live from America's News headquarters, I'm Marianne Rafferty. At least 13 people were killed and dozens injured in twin suicide bombings in northeastern Nigeria. A female suicide bomber pretending to wait for food, handing out detonated explosives in a crowded market. A second female bomber killed herself and wounded several others in a separate incident. This comes less than 2 weeks after 50 people were killed in a suicide bombing at a mosque. So far, no one is claiming responsibility for Saturday's attack, but authorities suspect the terror group Boko Haram. And the final death toll in a truck bombing in Somalia is 512. That's according to a committee investigating the bombing. Initially, it was believed that 350 people died in the October 14th attack. More than 300 others were wounded and 62 are still missing. Somalia's government blames al-Shabaab for the worst attack in that country's history. I'm Marianne Rafferty. Now back to the Greg Gutfeld Show.
There's foul play among the lingerie. Leftists declaring martial law on the lacy bra. Social justice warriors accuse this week's Victoria's Secret fashion show of cultural appropriation. Primarily a segment called Nomadic Adventure, which featured costumes inspired by tribal and Native American dress. Wrote one sad blogger, quote, putting non-Native models in traditional Native dress should be recognized as, at best, incongruous. Did I say that right? I've never said that word before. And at worst, offensive. Incongruous? Incongruous? Anyway, now I didn't watch the show because I was working out. It was quad night. But it's an important story. It's an important story because it's the exact opposite of something happening at Brown University. Get this. According to the College Fix, the school is changing its grad school application to allow students to self-identify as persons of colors. So to sum this up, in a social justice warrior's world, a white girl can't wear the headdress of a certain culture, but you can totally identify as them. Makes perfect sense. Isn't that right, Captain Furball? I would identify as Captain Furball any day. Tyrus,
No.
No?
No.
No what?
Pick someone else.
No, you can't do this. This is now 2 segments in a row.
Well, you're not talking about anything fun.
What do you... This is not supposed to be Let's Make Tyrus Happy Day.
It never has been, Greg.
All right.
And by the way, I got a question for you. What workout do you do that emphasizes quads? 'Cause I would love to know that.
Leg lifts. Leg lifts.
Leg lifts.
Leg lifts, squats.
Yeah.
I don't use weights. I use body resistance of my trainer.
Okay. I asked.
Trainer is a guy I met in a park.
Look, man.
Look, either have an answer or I'm not coming to you for the rest of the show.
Promise?
Yes.
No, you know what, man? The Brown thing, I guess Rachel Dozier is the new dean of students because now you can be whatever you want. That's the lady who pretended to be black for 5 million years.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. If you want to be whatever you want in your safe space at college, go for it. Because eventually you have to be in the real world. Mm-hmm. And when I was in college and we had friends and me and the brothers, we kind of hung out. And every once in a while we'd have a few of the white guys we played ball with become buddies with us, and everything would be cool, and they'd be part of the group, and everything would be great. And then one night they would have too much fun, and they would say just the wrong thing culturally, and be like, they would be reminded that we're cool, but we're not that cool. So I think they're sending a really bad message. And as far as Victoria's Secret goes, I mean, let's be real, man. That's not even about us anyways. We don't care about lingerie. I don't care about lingerie. I'll take sweats and a good yes. Then I'll give 2 damns about
sweats.
Lingerie.
Jamie.
See, look at him. Look at him. He won't admit it. Go to the camera on him. He's like this. Mm-hmm.
I did do that until the camera.